It's been a busy month for new bus routes in the DMV. On Sunday, September 8th, Montgomery County's bus provider opened 2 new routes, the Pink and Lime lines, in the area around the Shady Grove Metro Station. My friend Tom made a video all about it, linked down below. But this video is about a new express service that crosses state lines. This is Farifax Connector Route 798 from Bethesda, Maryland to Tysons Corner, Virginia. Bethesda and Tysons Corner, located 8 and 12 miles outside of DC respectively, are destinations in their own right. Tysons is the 12th largest employment center in the country, and Bethesda is nothing to sneeze at either, with a population of 70,000 people in a downtown-esque walkable area around the metro station. To travel between these two places by public transit, taking the metro has been the obvious choice since the Silver Line connected Tysons to the metro system back in 2014. However, way back around the turn of the millennium, there were a few direct bus routes from Maryland to Tysons. They had a few different names, from Smart Mover to Route 14A, B, C, D, and E. Some of these routes even went as far north as Gaithersburg, Maryland, which is just crazy to me. The main part of these routes ran between the Bethesda Metro Station to Tysons West Park, the main bus terminal in Tysons Corner, before the Tysons Metro opened. These routes ran in the HOV lanes or on the shoulder to beat the traffic, and the route accepted commuter rail and metro bus passes, making it a pretty cheap option for the DMV commuter. This service was ran by WMATA, the same organization that runs the metro rail and metro bus services. Unfortunately, due to low ridership, the routes were discontinued in late 2003. In 2024, Farifax Connector, the bus system primarily serving Fairfax County, announced that they would start running this Tysons to Bethesda route again. On September 16, 2024, it became the second bus route in the DMV to run directly between Virginia and Maryland without entering the District of Columbia. The other route that does this is Route NH2 between Alexandria and National Harbor. The route that Route 798 runs is a bit different depending on if you're going from Maryland to Virginia and what time of day you're riding. On peak direction buses, the bus will skip the stop at Montgomery Mall, but will stop right outside the Medical Center Metro Station. Farifax Connector defines peak direction as Tysons to Bethesda in the morning and Bethesda to Tysons in the afternoon. Most of the route runs on the Beltway. The main gain from this is that highways are a faster connection than city streets. But that's not the case during rush hour, the only time of day this service runs. The part of the Beltway this route runs on becomes a parking lot on most weekdays, and there's no HOV lanes for the bus to use. Our trip today starts in Bethesda, Maryland on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. After my friend Andy showed me his office, we went outside and began waiting for the bus. I met another DC Transit enthusiast at the bus stop who was also taking the bus to Tysons, and we got into conversation. Notably, this route does not enter the Bethesda Metro Station's underground bus loop. It stops a few blocks away at Montgomery Avenue and East Lane. This is one of the few bus stops where you can find Ride On, which is Montgomery County's bus system, and Farifax Connector signs on the same pole. The bus was scheduled for 6:07 p.m. However, due to traffic, the bus arrived 13 minutes later than scheduled. This leads me to the schedule. It runs during rush hour in both directions at around every 30 minutes. You can see here that the bus's schedule allows up for around an hour between the stops because they are expecting heavy rush hour traffic on the Beltway. We boarded the bus and were the only 2 passengers the entire trip. As I walked on, I tapped my Smart Trip card, and $4.80 was deducted. That's Farifax Connector's express bus rate, compared to its cheaper $2.25 for standard routes. It's still cheaper than taking the Metro, which would cost $6.75. It would cost $192 a month if you commuted via the 798 5 days a week. For comparison, you can get unlimited Metro plus Metro Bus Pass for $212 a month. As the sky slowly darkened, I noticed stop-and-go traffic in Maryland on Rockville Pike. We then made it onto the Beltway, and we definitely weren't going full speed. We made our way down to the Potomac River and crossed into Virginia. About 2.5 miles into Virginia, the bus enters HOV lanes for the last 1.5 miles of its route on the highway, bypassing any traffic that might be in its way. But this feels like too little, too late. It then turns into the Tysons Metro Station bus bay. This is where we got off, but the bus does continue to Tysons West Park, its terminus. It took us 40 minutes to get from Bethesda to the Tysons Metro Station, but my friend Tom from the channel Trains Are Awesome said it took him around an hour and 30 minutes, and some other friends I have took it and it only took 30 minutes, so you're really at the mercy of traffic whether you'll be on time or not. Taking the Metro takes about an hour, so it really depends on traffic if this bus will save you any time or not. In conclusion, if this service ran all day, had better frequencies at rush hour, and had some sort of express lane on the often congested highway, it'd be a really solid service. But its tendency to get stuck in traffic and its limited schedule really kneecaps its potential as a suburb-to-suburb, cross-regional, interstate bus service. All we can do now is wait and see if the route becomes successful or if this pilot project fails, just like the Metrobus routes from 2 decades ago also did. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.